I think specifically in the self-improvement space, there's a lot of videos where it'll be like 5 hacks, five cheats to like get to this result. And bro, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Life and self-improvement is not some like test that has like some cheat sheet on it. Not one of the video games that has cheat codes, bro. Is the video games, it's like Elden Ring, bro. You have to grind, bro. And it's a process to get to anywhere you want to go. I think, I understand why people do it, bro. It's YouTube, man. And, people are always looking for five this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't, because literally I have a video about me giving like 5 tips. But it's like cheats, hacks, like that stuff doesn't exist in life, bro. For 99% of people. There's trust fund babies where it's like, cool, like they got a head start, they got a cheat of mommy or daddy putting in that work, but that's not 99% of people. 99% of people have to at least put in a few, they at least have to put in hours to get to where they want to go. And when it comes to self-improvement and working yourself, whether that's the gym, whether that's reading and boosting your attention span and your vernacular, your vocabulary, giving up addictions and bad habits, these are not things that just happen overnight. Assume that in any endeavor you're interested in, there's a process that comes with that. And there's no escaping it. When it comes to YouTube, okay, there's no code I can put into the algorithm, you feel me, from my laptop that's going to allow me to get 100,000 views. And even if I do get 100,000 views, who's to say 100,000 of those people come back for the next video and care to even check out my page, bro? I can get 100,000 views of people who have never watched a self-improvement video in their life and don't care to watch any of this. So who's to say the views I get are even good through that hack? I have to go through the course. I have to go through the process of growing a community, growing income, growing views. This is a process, bro. I turn on record. I have to think of a thought. I have to think of an interesting topic, a topic that I know I can rant about for like 10 minutes at least. Or if it's lesser than, I have to learn how to simplify it while also making it intricate enough to keep people's attention. And I also have to think of how can this, whatever I'm talking about, help people, or what is it going to do for them? Make it in video form, push it out, and no matter what the views on that video, no matter if it gets 100, no matter if it gets 0, no matter whatever it gets, I have to then do it again. That is the process of growing YouTube. There is no cheat code to this. Maybe you get a shout out for Kai Cenat. Maybe you get Mr. Beats. Mr. Beats just lends you his editing team for like 20 videos. But for most people, this is a process. And there's no skipping it. There's no skipping it. And honestly, bro, is it hard sometimes going through the process of life and just achieving things? Of course. Of course. It is draining, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're doing. But also at the same time, this is what makes it fun. Because I'll be honest, bro, the funnest time when you're doing YouTube is probably like when you're not really blowing up. I feel like a lot of creators say that. The funnest time when you're playing a game is when you first started the game. It's not when you beat the game. It's not when you play GTA, bro. The funnest time is not when you have 30 million in the bank. It's when you either grind to get 30 million in the bank, or when you have no money. So you're trying to get money. That's the funnest part of the game. The funnest part of the game is not beating the game. The fun part of the game is playing the game. Oh, please remember, man, there's no hacks to anything you want to do. It's a process. Assume there's a process to everything. And just enjoy it for what it is, bro. Enjoy it for what it is.
This goes for Mrs. What's her name? I noticed something changed before the money came, but you got real shady. Aftermath. I was past reminiscing over our past, claim you don't remember.